Today's lesson is Lesson 70, Part 2, Drawing and Reading a Line Graph. So each morning in school, we have been writing the temperature on the meeting board and comparing it to the temperature with the day before. So meteorologists, who are the people who study the weather, keep track of the lowest and highest temperatures for the day. And then each day, the newspaper prints the daily and high and low temperatures from the day before. We're going to try to keep track of the daily low temperatures using a line graph. And so for this example, I've made up some temperatures for two different places in the United States. Okay, so to start off, the title of the line graph tells us what we are measuring. So in this case, it's the daily low temperatures. So that's how cold it gets. Okay, and we're going to use this graph to show the pretend low temperatures of Hartford, Connecticut, and Denver, Colorado. Okay. And on our graph, we're going to use a red line to show Hartford temperatures and a blue line to show Denver's temperatures. Okay. Now, our graph is numbered in the same way a thermometer is, here on the vertical side. Okay. Our lowest temperature is 20 degrees Fahrenheit, negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit. And we read this as negative 20 degrees, as negative 20 degrees or as 20 degrees below zero. And then our highest temperature is 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Then I wrote the dates of the week that we were measuring here at the bottom. Okay. So what we're going to do next is, first of all, you can see on my chart I've got some dots, okay? And these are the temperatures for Hartford. So there's one here. Just going to color them in so you can see them a little bit better. Okay. Now you notice on my table on the left, I don't have any temperatures for Hartford, but I have them on my graph. So we're going to go ahead and write those temperatures in. So on the 4th, February 4th, the temperature is at 10 degrees Fahrenheit because it's right on that line. All right. So on here, I'm going to write 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay. On the 5th, our dot is up here. It's pretty close to 20, but it's not quite there. So it's probably either 18 or possibly 19 degrees. Let's go ahead and put it as 18 degrees Fahrenheit. On the 6th, our line is right in between 0 and negative 10. So the number that's between 0 and negative 10 is negative 5 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay. On the 7th, we can see that the dot is right above the line for 10. So that's probably 11, maybe 12 degrees Fahrenheit. So let's say it's 11 degrees Fahrenheit. Either 11 or 12 would be correct. Okay, the next dot on the 8th is right below the 10. So that's probably going to be 9 degrees Fahrenheit. And then the final day is up here. And this is the line, the dot is right above the 30 degrees mark. So this is probably about 31 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay. Now that we have all the dots, once you put your dots on the graph, then you can start connecting the dots with a line. That's why it's called a line graph. So I'm going to connect the dots from day to day. And since I'm doing Hartford, I had the wrong color. Since I'm doing Hartford first, because that's the dots that are already there, we're going to connect the dots. So using my red pencil, I'm going to connect 10 degrees up to the 18 degrees with a line. And then we drop it down to the next dot, which was at the negative 5. Okay. And you see we're just doing a dot to dot. Okay. So then we go to the 11. And then we go down to the 9 degrees. And then up to the 31 degrees. Okay, so that is a line showing the daily low temperatures, how they go up and down each day. Okay, so let's go ahead and graph for Denver. So we're going to start off with putting the dots for each of the degrees. So Denver, we're going to start out at 30 degrees. So I'm going to find 30 degrees and the day and draw my dot at where those lines intersect. Okay. So then the next one is 5 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm going to go to the next day and go up until I find 5 degrees, which is in between the 0 and the 10. Right there. Okay. Next one is 18 degrees. So I start at the February 6th, and we're going to go up 18 degrees, which is right about here. Okay, and you're just trying to get as close as possible. All right, next day is only 1 degree, so that's going to be right close to that 0 degree mark. Then we have 9 degrees, so we go up, and that's actually the same as for them, so we're going to use the same dot for both of those, both places. And the last one is 31 degrees, which is negative 10 degrees. I was reading the wrong line. The last one is negative 10 degrees. Okay, so now we're going to connect the dots. So we start up here, we connect to this, up, down, up, and then down. Okay, so we can see that the temperatures of these two places are different, but usually there's only one day where the temperature was the same. Okay, and that's it for this lesson. Good luck on your homework.